Hey everybody, welcome to another webinar here, another educational learning session here with Shweki Media. And on behalf of all the gang at Shweki, thank you so much for being a part of what it is that we're talking about today. So my name is Ryan Dorn, and I'm the founder of a boutique internet consulting company called Brainswell Media, and we do sales training for magazines and publishers and people in the media space. As well as we do internet consulting and digital revenue consulting. And today, we're going to spend some detailed time and we're going to talk about Facebook. And before you say, oh gosh, you know, Facebook again, here we go, another something about Facebook. Here's the thing to remember, everybody, about Facebook, and that is that even if you don't love Facebook, and I can't say that I love Facebook, I'll be honest with you. I can't say that I love it. But what I do say is that millions of people are using it. And because of that, and because we know that, it's incumbent upon us as publishers, media sales representatives, marketing directors, it's really important for us to embrace Facebook for what it is today in a unique way so that we can actually make money and communicate effectively with our readers. I'm going to share with you today, we're going to look at some parenting magazines, Runner's World, 17 magazine. We're going to look at a lot of different magazine examples today and show you what it is that's happening with these companies that has really been beneficial to them financially as well as from a usability and a readership perspective, driving subscriptions, etc. All right? Okay, let's get started. And if at any point throughout the conversation you have a question for me, if you would, feel free to compose that in an email and send it over to me. My email address is very simple, ryan@ryandorn.com. My last name is D-O-H-R-N. Send that over, and I am more than happy to answer those questions back for you personally, from me to you, no charge, as a service of Shweki Media. Number one, first thing, and I want you to make note of this, and that is that you need to add a personality to your Facebook page. Now, a lot of times what you'll see when you go visit the various magazine websites is that they'll actually, let's go take a look at one, they'll actually use their logo as their icon. You can see here in this case, their logo is a P, an orange P. Now, this is a parenting magazine. It's called Parents Magazine, and you'll notice that they've got this big P. Now, one of the things I want to share with you that I've noticed, and I learned this tip from a woman named Mari Smith. She is by far the leading internet guru on Facebook. One of the things that she suggests right out of the gate is add a personality to your Facebook page. Now, how do you do that? You'll notice here that I've got a picture here. I used to have just my face, but I added a picture with myself and my dog. Now, why did I do this? I did this because as I was engaging with people on my various Facebook pages, this is one for Brainswell Media. Let's go over and look at one, for example, for my management book. And I also went and I added the same picture to that conversation as well. What I noticed is that I immediately had people responding in a more friendly and human type of way. Now, you might say, well, Ryan, that seems a little crazy. What's the big deal? The big deal is that people want to relate and people can relate to a person. So they're actually seeing, oh, look, here's Ryan Dorn with his cute corgi dog. This is actually a real person. Looking over at Parents Magazine, which all the examples I give today are not customers of mine, you'll look over and it's really hard to get engaged, or it's really hard to really feel like you're a part of a logo. Yet you'll notice as you go through some of these national magazines like Wired, there's no personality there. You look at Runner's World, there's not much personality there. What I've noticed, though, is companies that really are engaging in a unique way have given some type of personality. Now, how can you do that? You might use your editor's picture. You might change out staff pictures, or you might actually create some type of persona. So the first tip today is I want to encourage you to add some type of persona or personality to your Facebook page. Now, it's not that Parents Magazine is doing anything wrong. I want to share tips with you that I think will make a really, really big difference in how your people, your friends, your fans, your users perceive you. First tip, add personality to your page. Next, I want to talk about the new timeline layout. And what you're going to notice in the new timeline layout, it's not brand new, it's been around for a few months, but you'll notice that a lot of people are using it in different ways. Now you'll notice here that you have to be very careful. There's a lot of terms of service in how you actually use this space up here at the top, or called your profile picture here at the top, okay? Now you notice that they have healthy kids, happy families. I think that that's their tagline that they've used there. Let's look over at Wired Magazine. They've just got a picture here that changes on a regular basis. You've got Runner's World that's got a really cool photo that changes often. It's got the name of their magazine here. You look at 17 Magazine. This is just a really, really awesome way to display your magazine. It's got a fun, fresh picture, and then it's also got a cover that's here. Just remember something, guys. You have to be really, really careful about making sure on this picture that you don't have any calls to action, and you want to make sure that, you've got to be really, really careful about making sure that you don't have anything on the Facebook page at all that is any type of commercial advertising, okay? Now, let me talk about that for a second. If you wanted up here, could you have a picture of a product, one of your customers' products? Absolutely, you could. You just couldn't have any type of call to action. You really can't have and design this space here to look like an advertisement. Now this right here, the way that 17 is laid out, is this pushing the envelope a little bit? Yes, quite honestly it is, but overall you should have no trouble getting away with it. I really like the way this is laid out. Would really encourage you guys to think about it. Really think about how it is that you're using that profile picture at the top. You'll notice here that I've got on my page, Training Managers to Lead with Confidence, One Simple Book. This cover image that's here that I've got at the top is there's no calls to action. It's just a way for me to better communicate with my folks that I'm trying to deal with as well. But again, I think 17 Magazine has got a really great way of handling it. I think what I would also do if I was them is here in the logo area, I would actually have a spokesperson. I would have some type of, whether it's a model, whether it's just a persona, I would actually have a person, because people want to communicate with people. And so, yes, they are communicating with a magazine, but if you can put a voice behind this, you can actually really have a dynamic presence on Facebook. Remember, it's all about engagement. Okay, it's all about engagement. All right, now, wow, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, as we look at this page, notice the fabulous job that they're doing with their Facebook tabs. Okay, remember a long time ago, these tabs used to be along the left, and they were very much lost. They used to be along the top and the left, and now they're here. And look at how beautiful all of these tabs are. Now, I'm going to show you here in a second how to actually make those tabs look really nice like this. But for now, what I want to explain to you is how they work and why it's so unbelievably important. Let's look over here at Parents Magazine. You'll notice on Parents Magazine, they're using their tabs right here to be able to, they have a cover contest, and so you're able to click on that tab and actually go over to their cover contest. Now we'll see what it is that that they have as soon as it pulls up here. But what it is, it must be something big because my computer is actually spinning, trying to find it. You can actually design those tabs to be colorful, to be bright, and it allows you to be able to very easily be able to run contests and drive people deeper into your Facebook page. Now, remember something on contests. You must use an app that is approved by Facebook to run a contest on your Facebook page. Now, are there ways to get around it? I'm sure there are, but why do that? When you've got companies like Second Street Media, you've got all kinds of apps that I'll show you here in a second that will help you drive these contests. Why try to beat the system? Now, granted, you may try to be beating the system to save money, but the chances of you getting your Facebook page closed down are just too great. It's too much of a risk, all right? So here is a cover contest, and so what you would do is you would actually go and you would click here and you would read the contest to figure out how it is that you would enter, and it's all being driven by some type of app. Let's click back. And as we go back to their page, let's go back to Parents Magazine, you'll also notice that they've got a really cool one here, Get Free Stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? So let's click on that tab and see what it is that they have here. Now, this is something here where you can actually select what you want to receive. Obviously, it's advertisers. Isn't that a cool idea? Isn't that a cool idea? So you actually can go through and you can say that I want a free American Magazine subscription, American Baby. Let's see, what's this one? Parents get free cord banking information, so that's a cool one too. Here's a free year of Parents Magazine, that's cool. And then you would just click here to send me those offers. And so that's a great way, free samples and coupons, that's a great way that you can use a simple form, and we'll show you the app that you can include that. This is all really simple stuff and really great ideas to be able to drive contests. Here's where they actually feature their newsletters. So you can actually go here and sign up for their newsletter, see past newsletters, find fun activities week by week. I really feel like Parents Magazine is doing a good job. Now, when you go to your Facebook page to find this, how do you do it? So let's go back to my main Facebook page, all right, and let's type in Parents Magazine. There it is right at the top. Okay? And then all you have to do is click on Parents Magazine, and it will take you over to their Facebook page. This is one of the companies that I'd watch. If I was a niche publisher, this is one of the companies that I would pay some attention to. And again, we're going to talk about these tabs in greater detail here in a minute. Notice also here on the right, you've got the number 5. That means there's 5 more tabs. So here's a Voices of Autism, here's an Events tab, and they've got a bunch of other things that are here that you may want to check out. All right? Okay, let's keep moving down. Let's take a look at some others. If you look over here at Wired Magazine, I truly don't feel, Wired is a huge magazine, obviously. I don't actually feel like they actually use their tabs in a real robust way, but we're going to talk about in a minute that they do well is they use a ton of photos in their updates. So let's move off of tabs for a brief second. Let's talk about photos. See, in your news feed or your status updates, one of the things that Mari Smith said, and again, she's just a guru, you should look her up on the web when it comes to Facebook, and also CNET backed her up with this thought. When you add a photo to your status updates, it actually increases the interactivity with that update by more than 25%. Now, what kind of photos can you use? You can use stock photos. You can use images from the story that you're updating and that you're talking about. If you're doing a commercial post, you might have a picture of the product, okay? But one of the tips I want to share with you today is actually using images to drive up interactivity within your status updates. Now, within those status updates, what might you be doing or could you do to be able to actually sell that? I've found nothing within the Facebook terms of service that stops you from selling a status update to one of your customers. Now again, as we've talked about in the past, you really want to make sure that you only sell 1 commercial post for every 10 editorial or other posts. Then what you want to do is you really want to make sure that as you're doing this, that you do it in such a way or you post in such a way that it actually looks like a regular post. Now, don't be unethical or don't think that I'm suggesting that you should be unethical. What I'm actually suggesting is that overall, what you want to do is you want to make sure that the posts look legitimate. You really want to make sure that it makes a ton of sense, okay? Now, one of the people that does commercial posts very, very well, I've mentioned them before, is Elle Magazine. Now, if you look at Elle, you're going to notice that they've got all kinds of very big photos. Why is that? Well, they have a ton of big photos because they know it increases the interactivity with their users. Now, you want to look here pretty often because they're going to have a lot of commercial posts. Now, typically, they're going to actually note those posts as sponsored. It changes so often, it's often very difficult, for me to be able to find commercial post examples, to show you. But the interesting thing is, as you look, you'll see that there's a lot of fashion that's in here, linking over to other people's Facebook pages, etc. But one of the things that I've noticed overall that people are not doing well is they're not tagging in a commercial post. They're actually not tagging things correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Facebook page, and I'm actually going to go and do a status update for you and show you the correct way to tag something commercially, okay? So as an example, what I would consider doing is I would actually say something like sponsored, okay, like this, sponsored, colon, and you would do something like, hey guys, great deal over at, and let's say the customer is Mike's Bike Shop and his Facebook page is Mike's Bike Shop as well. Let's just say that that's his Facebook page, Mike's Bike Shop. How do you find out what it is? It's pretty easy. You actually just go over to their page and look at the URL at the top, okay? So in this particular example, let's just say that I want to link over to this Facebook page, which happens to be facebook.com/marketing, okay? What I'm going to do then is in this update, hey guys, great deal over at, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the symbol the at symbol, marketing. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to then make that a link. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. It's actually going to make that a link over to that particular Facebook page. And here it is. See the page right here? And so when I do that, it actually changes it over to that name, which is going to be correct, or you could leave it at. Now, the reason you want to do that is if you are charging for a commercial post on Facebook, you want to make sure that you include a direct link over to that customer's Facebook page as well. So it's really important that you understand that concept. So let's just say, for example, that the name, again, hey guys, great deal over at, let's just say it's Mike's Bike Shop is his Facebook page. So I'm going to use at Mike's Bike Shop, okay? And then I might do then a period, save 50% today for all our fans, okay? And then I would post it from there. Now, if I wanted to add an image, then it's really easy. I'm actually going to use photo or video here to actually add an image, or I can actually use HTTP and then include some type of link over from the website directly to the image or to the page itself. Now, what you may want to also consider doing in making money from this is include a link to their Facebook page as well as including a link to their actual website. And the reason you want to do that is you can give them a little bit of double bang for their buck, okay? So again, on these commercial posts, I like to make sure that I use a nice big image. I like to also make sure I say that it's sponsored. I want to make sure that I tag that customer correctly, their Facebook page, and I want to make sure that I link over to their page as well. One of the cool things about this webinar being recorded today is that you can actually come back to this conversation over and over again and see how it is that I did that. Now again, if I actually wanted to do something with a photo, what I'm going to do is click on photo, and then I'm actually going to upload a photo or video from wherever it is. So I could actually click and browse. I could actually go to my desktop and actually find that particular image, whatever it is. So let me choose an image of a flower, okay? And then I can actually upload that as well, to the image. Now, one of the things you're going to note that's been popped up here is you're going to notice promoted posts, okay? And what you can do to learn more about promoted posts, it's right here at the bottom. And you can actually go and you can actually promote those posts by using your actual credit card that's on file with Facebook through ads, through the ads that appear over here on the right side of your screen, okay? And so it's really easy then to add photos, to be able to then go ahead and put up your text that you want, and then make sure that you tag the Facebook page of that particular advertiser as well, okay? All right, now let's go back and let's look at some more tabs, okay? So obviously these are some really good tabs here for this magazine. As we look at Runner's World, they've got photos from a 50K race. They've actually, on one of their tabs, they've got all their videos that they have uploaded, and so they've used an app to upload those videos. So how do you find apps, and how do you include them on your pages? Well, you actually can simply search for them. So if you type apps up here in the top, you can choose see more results for apps at the bottom. And then you can actually go through and you can do see more. You can search for apps. Let's say you wanted an app to put your Twitter feed. You could do Twitter app, and here's a Twitter app right here, and you could click on it, and then you can find out more about how to integrate Twitter into your particular Facebook page. Now, let's just say that you already have a page, but you don't know how to make these nice, really cool-looking little tabs up here. Well, it's actually pretty easy. Once you're logged in as an admin, okay, to your page, then all you want to do is you're just going to adjust your settings. So here at the top, you notice that it says Edit Page, okay? And so simply basically click on anything here. And then it's going to bring you and show you all of your settings. Now here on the left side, you're going to see one that is apps. And so these are the apps okay, that I have installed. Now, if you look over at my particular page, let me show it to you. I've removed it so you can see. You'll notice that here I have a reader's review page for my book, my management book, okay? And you'll see that it's got a standard icon. Many of you, this is what it looks like. Instead, we want it to look fancy like this, okay? So all you do, like I said before, is you're just going to go to your page and click Edit, and you're going to click on Apps. Now, here's the reader reviews right here. Now, what I want to do is I want to edit the settings. That's how you change the picture on your tab. And then I'm going to change it. So I'm going to click Change, okay? And then I'm going to click Change again. And then I'm going to browse for the image. Those images need to be 111 wide by 74, okay? 111 wide by 74, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I actually already built this in Photoshop, okay? So I've got one here that I'm going to choose. I'm going to click Open, and there's the image, and I've made it the correct size. All right, and that's it. That's all that I had to do to be able to change that. Now, it should have just updated right here, and so we'll see how that looks when I go back and close this out. But it should have just done that without any trouble at all, and I should have had to click Save. So don't know exactly what's going on there, but that's exactly how you would update that in all cases. Okay, so that's just a way that you can go and actually make those tabs and change the images on your tabs. Now, if you're looking for some really great ways and really want to learn about marketing your page on Facebook in a new and robust way, I would encourage you to go to facebook.com/marketing. And what you're going to find is all kinds of new and updated webinars. You're going to find all kinds of information on new apps. You're going to find all kinds of information about Facebook Studio, about the Facebook platform. If you want to learn about Facebook and e-commerce, you can do that there as well. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways for you to be able to learn more about marketing on Facebook. Again, that's just facebook.com/marketing. Now, if you look at how these tabs, to be honest, guys, these tabs should rotate on a pretty regular basis, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at what is this, prom promise. Let's take a look and see what that is. And so what they've done is they're actually just creating, it looks to me just like a standard Facebook HTML page, which is pretty straightforward and easy to do. And they're just allowing people to take some type of promise. It looks like it's something to do with not drinking and driving, which I think is great. But it's really easy for you to expand the interactivity of your website by using these tabs in a much more robust way. You'll notice that on Elle Magazine, what they've done with their tabs is they feature all kinds of things that have to do with photo. If you're a business-to-business publication, you can feature all kinds of trend reports. And so again, if you just want to do standard HTML, like standard web design, it's called Facebook HTML. And so it's called FBML. And you can actually then go here. See right here, you'll see an FBML tab maker. Okay, here's a static FBML, so here's another FBML maker. And so you can actually go and actually click on it. It's going to take you over to that developer's page, okay? And it allows you and shows you how to use these different services, I don't know this company, to be able to actually go and create the tabs along the top of your page, okay? So guys, it's really important as you do more things to embrace Facebook that you actually keep up with what's happening on Facebook and make sure that you spend a considerable amount of time each month planning how you're going to better use Facebook. Now, remember something. And one of the things that I noticed right off the bat, I talked about personality. If all you're doing is pushing information to Facebook, you're doing yourself a disservice. Facebook is an interactive medium, and it's an interactive community. So when you're trying to design these tabs to drive subscriptions, contests, highlight videos, photos, you have to remember something. You have to have some type of a voice on Facebook, okay? And an example would be, if you look back over here on this particular page, you'll notice that I have some updates that just come through regularly. But one of the things that I noticed is that whenever I add updates and then I get involved in the conversation, look what happens. People actually begin to talk back. Now, you might say to yourself, Ryan, I do not have time to talk back with people on Facebook. One of the things to remember about Facebook that's so important is it gives you the ability to communicate with readers in a unique and different way. I would actually give you this charge. I'd actually give you this challenge. As of this call today, assign a member of your staff for only 30 minutes once per week. Start out small. And actually ask those people to go to your Facebook page and actually update and write replies and look for comments. Just even once per week is a great way to start. It'd be better if it was once a day, but once per week. And make sure that you really go in there and share some new, exciting, and different things. One of the things that you're going to notice is that oftentimes you're relying upon your users, okay, to respond back to things. Oftentimes, if it's just an article that you're updating or something like that, it really is not going to matter. The other piece of this that's really important is you actually want to look over on your Google Insights. You actually want to look and see what people are responding to. So it's very easy, again, to get to that, okay? So you simply just go to your main Facebook login page, okay? And what you're going to do then is go here to where you have your pages listed. Okay, so let's go over to this one page of mine. Now, you're noticing there's nothing here on the left, right? Well, you can see your insights right here as you're logged in. If you don't see it, simply go to Edit Page, click on any of the things that are there, and you can go to Insights over here on the left. Now, what do these insights mean, and how is it important to your revenue, and how do you charge for this? Well, the interesting thing is that you really used to be able to charge by the number of fans that you had on your page. Now you really need to charge based on interaction, how many people are interacting with you on your page, okay? You'll notice that my total reach on a weekly basis is 521, okay? For some of you, hopefully it's higher than that as a magazine, okay? That total reach number is very much like your circulation. That really is the number that you're going to sell off of. Now, how much do you charge? Each commercial update can be sold anywhere between $90 and $125 a thousand. So in this particular case, if I was a magazine, let's just say that I had a weekly reach of 1,000 people, then I would be able to sell one commercial update for something like $100, $125. Now, keep in mind, guys, it does depend on your niche, okay? If your niche is doctors or lawyers or something like that. Now, what you can do, though, is look down at each of your posts to determine what types of posts got people engaged, okay? What got people engaged and got people talking about this, okay? So you'll notice here I actually did a personalized post talking about budgeting for coffee and not charging your employees for coffee, okay? And it actually reached 313 people, 24 people actively engaged with it, 23 people were talking about it, and it actually had a viral impact of 7.35%. What does that mean? Well, I just put my mouse across the question mark. And what that means is the percentage of people who have created a story from your page post out of the total number of unique people who have seen it. Click on virtually or, to sort those posts, okay? And so I can actually look and see the number of people, in this case, that have actually created and shared that on their wall, something in regards to that particular post. It also is going to give you a really good idea. Okay, it's really going to give you a really good idea of what types of posts people actually get excited about so that you can do what? Rinse and repeat. All right? So it's important for you to understand these trends and for you to actually look at them. And remember, I've got a total number of likes of 597. I actually need to look at my total reach, okay, to be able to charge for that advertising. Now remember, I used to talk about selling based on likes. But again, this is a constantly evolving craft, okay? It's a constantly moving target. So what are you going to do to keep up? Well, you just keep visiting and coming to these webinars here with Shweki Media. That's something that's important, I think, as well. All right? Okay, guys, let's go back and let's review what it is that we talked about today. First off, we talked about adding a personality, adding some type of personality or persona to your page rather than just your magazine logo, creating actually a voice on your page, and actually creating some type of personal feel and voice on your page will increase interactivity. Then we talked about these tabs at the top of the page. We talked about what is it that you can do to actually create better tabs. And again, one of the best examples that I used today was from Parents Magazine. I think that it's a really good example, and it's one that you should look at on a regular basis. Next, we talked about commercial posts and using big photos to be able to drive interactivity with those posts. And again, I used Elle Magazine as an example, and you'll notice that they use all kinds of really, really big photos. So use photos to potentially drive interactivity up by 25%. Then we talked about commercial posts, making sure that you add photos into your commercial posts, and make sure that you actually tag your advertiser's fan page within that commercial post, and make sure that you actually link to their website or to their product page as well. Then we talked about how to actually make these tabs and make them look better. And again, it's really, really simple. You just go to whichever page it is that you're managing, choose Edit Page and select anything from there. Actually go down to the apps, and this is where you actually go to manage all the apps that you have present. And apps, or tabs, how you actually go and manage that. Then we also talked about how you can find those apps. So if you're looking for an app where you can just do some regular text-based stuff, you're going to look for FBML, which is Facebook Markup Language. And you're going to notice that there's a bunch of people there that are going to give you. You also can look and search also for iframes or iframe apps. And you're going to get all, and that's the same type of thing. Iframes is going to allow you to integrate stuff from your website into those apps as well. Remember, guys, you know, I am really excited about my partnership with Shweki Media, and I'm always here to help you. So if you've got other questions or concerns, feel free to send those over to me, Ryan at RyanDorn.com, D-O-H-R-N, or Ryan at BrainswellMedia.com. And as always, I'd like to share with you, you're always entitled to a 25% discount as a Shweki customer. Again, guys, you need to embrace Facebook in a new, exciting, and robust way and keep up with the times. Also, if you come across some way that you're making money on Facebook and you want to share it with the rest of the group, also drop me an email and we'll share it next time we get together. Hey, on behalf of Shweki Media, thanks so much for hanging out for 20, 30 minutes and learning more about ways that you can use Facebook to make money and better engage with your readers. I'm Ryan Zorn from Brainswell Media. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Take care, and best of luck as you work to make more money from the Internet. Bye-bye.